Peace, peace, peace to the Universal Family. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Clocksyn. And let's get right to it, y'all. We live again. To make sure everything's good on this end. Check the live stream real quick. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Mic is right here. And check the live stream real quick. All right, cool. We good. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Mic is right here. And all right, we straight, y'all. So we're live. Today, just another, this is like a test stream, also a video. I want to talk with y'all and tap back in with y'all. It's been a minute since I've been live, about a month and a half. So this is the second live stream of 2024. And yeah, we are here. What do I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about spiritual starter pack. Okay, this is a topic that came up in my mind like not too long ago. I have people in my life who tap in with me on a regular basis, and a lot of them are going through some things. Y'all, they ask me for advice sometimes. And so today is just me wanting to make a video giving you some advice on that, on like spiritual based topics and just life in general. Some tips on how to navigate it, really. Not to say I'm a master by any means, but I have figured a few things out, a few core principles that I want to share with y'all. So yeah, this is the spiritual starter pack. All right, and I want to start it off with the basics. And the basics of anything is knowledge. Okay, so you gotta know something, and I know it might sound pretty vague, but when I mean know something, I mean you gotta have a foundation of something that you can, like a root, like a tree. You gotta have something that you're going off of. But even in life, you can't just blindly go through life without any type of roots or structure to it. So before you do anything, before you figure out where you want to go and who you want to be and whatnot, you need to have a root of who you are, or even if you don't know who you are yet, you need to know, okay, I want to embark on the journey of learning myself. Like, have something that's finite. Like, don't just be clueless. But I don't know what I want to do. I don't know anything like that. Stop. That's gotta stop. So have something that's finite. Something that's like, okay, 100%. This is what I'm gonna do. Right. That's the start. So have something that you are 100% guaranteed. Like right now, you watch this video, you say, you know what? From this point on, I'm going to better my life. But even that, it has to be specific. You gotta say something like, I'm going to develop myself spiritually for the next 30 days. That's more specific. And even when you say spiritually, I'm gonna raise my awareness, my mental awareness, physical, and spiritual awareness. That could be even more specific. So that's the start. Have a conscious thought about what you want to do, and stick to that. Write down if you have to. So now if somebody asks you, "What are you doing?" Oh, right now, I'm developing myself. When you put that into your own mind, your own subconscious mind, right? Anything you do, anywhere you're at, is going to complement that first initial thought of, okay, this is happening, so I can add this new knowledge to what I'm doing right now, which is elevating my consciousness. That's the mission I'm on right now. I like to make things fun and in like missions type statements and progress points, because that's how my mind operates. So if y'all want to use that template, you can too. Use it like a video game. You're playing a video game. The goal of the video game is to beat the video game, but at the moment, you're playing a specific mission. And the story mission says, get to the mountain to acquire the sword. That's the mission, right? So that's what I mean by in life, you gotta be specific. It's not just to beat the game. Everybody wants to beat the game, but what do you need to do right now? So in this spiritual starter pack, I'm gonna say, start off by picking a goal. And then once you pick that goal, we're gonna find the process of getting to the goal. And it's usually always a reverse process, instead of just looking into all the things you need to do to get to go. That's cool, but it's always good to go internal. So I'm gonna tell y'all this: before you think about doing anything, learn about yourself. Learn about what you do and what you're good at and how you can do it. And once you learn about your own personal skills, you'll learn how to manifest things into your life. Before I started getting all these things into my life, the clocks and stuff, all these things you see, like you see on my wall right there, all the things that I started doing as of lately, at least for the past 2 years or so, that happened after I learned about myself, after I learned what I was good at, what I'm capable of, what's my mission in life, what's my purpose in life, you know? Once I learned that, everything else was extra. So don't start working on the extra stuff and the icing on the cake until you get to the root first. So spiritually, the best way to get to the root is to learn who you are, what you are, like down to the core, you know. And practical ways to study this is just, I would say, number one. Well, this won't be in any particular order, but I like personally, I started with astrology. Y'all don't have to start with astrology. If you don't like astrology, that's cool. You could do what you want to do. I started with astrology. After that, I kind of transitioned over to, I think, what was it? After astrology, it was like it wasn't Supreme Mathematics right after astrology. It was astrology. It was something else. It was like I think I was just studying so many other different sciences. I was just on YouTube and courses and all this stuff back to back to back to back to back. I was studying like different spiritual principles, Buddhism, stuff like that. So it's really just knowledge. You gotta learn a lot of different things and then incorporate them into yourself and see if that's what you rock with. Um, Also, like finding your passion early is like a gift, y'all. Because a lot of people nowadays say, "Oh, it's going to take you years to find your passion," and even if you're 25, 30, 35 years old, wait, it's cool. You'll eventually find it because people who are older might not find their dream till later. I don't believe in none of that. I'm sorry, Gary V. I don't believe in that philosophy. Find your passion as early as you possibly can. If you can figure out what you want to do at 13, that's a blessing. I didn't find out what I really, really wanted to do. What? No, that's not true. I knew what I wanted to do as far as core values of like my sole purpose at around 9 years old. I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to change the world at around 9. Like I was 100% locked in. As far as how I was going to do it, and as far as the transition of my life, I didn't know that stuff until way later. It took till I was like 20 years old to realize, okay, this is how I'm gonna do it. I know that's what I want to do. I don't know how. I don't know. It was so many things I didn't know. Even as a teenager, I was learning stuff. I'm like, how do I express this? How do I do that? I'm so shy in these areas and all this. Like, how do I do that? So around 20 is when y'all know, that's when I made the persona of Clocksyn. That's when I started putting the pieces together. Okay, this is what I'm good at. This is boom, boom. These are my foundations. I can teach people. I can do that. I know who I am now. I know my spirit. I know how I can help people. Not just I want to help people without no practical reason of how. And then I had to learn about people. Luckily I had a really good track record of being around so many people at a young age. Like from 9 to 20 years old, I was around people literally damn near every day, 7 days a week. Like just learning human behavior. So I did customer service when I was real young for a long, long time, nonstop. So that gave me a good template on human behavior. So by the time it got time for me to become Clocksyn, I knew so much about people in general outside of myself that I knew how to help people. I knew what to say, how to say it, what to say, all that stuff. Because a lot of people don't know that. So, there we go. That's what it was. After astrology, I started studying psychology. I started studying deep psychology and how people think, how the world is perceives things versus individual thoughts and stuff like that, stereotypes, and then I started realizing, okay, how do I want to portray myself based on the things I've learned, Then once I got to that point, things started unfolding for me. My life started being personally crafted towards what I wanted it to be versus what life is just having happen. Then you go to work, go home, sleep. It's like it's an endless cycle. But once you start learning how the world operates and how the world works, then you learn yourself. You learn both elements. How the world works outside of you, it's its own natural circadian rhythm and all the things that goes on in the world, the night cycles, all that stuff. Once you learn the science of that and the science of time and how to manipulate time, and then you learn about yourself, it's like, you start making minor tweaks to the things you do, just as tests, And then over time, your reality starts to change. So that's one of the things. Psychology was definitely one of them for me anyway. And then what you could do, oh yeah, My bad, y'all. Business. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so and then yeah, it was Supreme Mathematics. So after I went through the chamber of like psychology and learned all that stuff, that's when I started getting into the lessons. This was around 2021, 2022. And then I started learning the Supreme Mathematics stuff. Got into the 5% Nation. I'm still on my beginner phases of that. Um, but yeah, that's where I'm at now, y'all. So that took time and effort and just persistence and like crafting your own reality takes a lot of mental willpower, but it's worth it, y'all. It's better than just let everybody else tell you what to do and let the world craft your reality. Like you gotta stay on the path. No matter what you do in your life, make sure you're even if it's slowly, even if it's one thing you do out of the week that slightly pushes you towards your dreams. That's better than most people ever do. You know, most people do one thing out of a year that they actually want to do. It's like what? Like there's no way. You know. And for me, every single year I gotta be better and better and better. That takes a little bit of effort every single day, to be honest with you. And that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm at the point where every single week I'm improving greatly and I'm doing new things I'm learning. That's where I'm at right now. I'm at a point where every single week it's always something new. I'm learning, I'm getting closer and closer to my goals. But I want to get to a point where it's every single day. Like every single day is something new. I mean, I'm also learning something every single day, but there's not drastic changes in every single day. And sometimes it's not gonna be. Some days it's gonna be a regular rest day, whatever. But if I could, I feel like I can do it to where I can get to a point where every single day it's just like, okay, I'm getting closer and closer and closer and closer because it's all about the manipulation of time. If you set things up right, certain things could be on autopilot. You know, you could gather enough energy and release it at once to where it's so powerful the effect radiates throughout time. This might sound real weird to y'all if y'all don't understand the concept of what I'm talking about, but if you do that you put some certain amount of energy into one point, and then you release it, and then it radiates. That'll affect each day, day after day after day, even when you stop doing something, just because of how much energy you put into it. You know, so I want to start doing that. I want to start doing projects like that that just reflect, the essence of that, and then every single day is just something new. You know, but yeah, that's like the spiritual starter pack. So I would say just study yourself too. Study yourself. Become like a philosopher. Change the ways you think. Study. And even when I say study, because like the older me would be like, "Yeah, well, like, so why you say study? You know we hate studying." That was the old me, but the new me realizes how important it is to study, and how important it is to learn things. But what I will say to y'all that's listening, to those of you that might be like the older me, like my older mindset, make studying like fun in a way. Make it similar to entertainment, how you consume media and whatnot. Try to craft the things you're learning into a fun process. That way you can consume it better. Because when it's just groggy knowledge, it's just like, I don't want to learn this. You don't really absorb it all the way. You don't really understand it. And the goal is to understand it. That's the whole point. It's not just random knowledge. You're supposed to take the knowledge, find out how to implement that knowledge into your life to better your life. That's the whole purpose of us getting knowledge in the first place. Otherwise, it's useless knowledge. So, with the knowledge I'm telling you, find a way to implement any of the things I said into your life to find out how to make it better. That's the whole goal, right? You want to better yourself. Find out how to better yourself through these methods, whether it be astrology, whether it be you just sitting with yourself and meditating, whether it be you studying what you already do to a deeper level. That's another thing. Take things serious, y'all. When y'all learn something new, take it serious. 9 times out of 10, the people who are doing something with their life versus people who aren't are just the difference between them is how much they take things seriously. And when you listen to musicians and artists online, they talk about the things they love. You can tell how passionate they are. You can tell how passionate they are about the music and the words that they use and the passion that they have. That's all it is, y'all. Like we all listen to some of the same stuff, but how influential is that to us and how serious do we take it? Like how serious do we take these tracks that we listen to or the things that we do in life? Are we taking that to heart? Like, damn, this means so much to me to where I want to do this for the rest of my life, or this is very impactful to me. I want to find out how to do this myself. Like, or we just like, oh, that's cool. I can't do that though. Ugh, it's whatever. Like, we gotta find a way to like really immerse ourselves into something, and that takes a level of vulnerability, y'all. Because in order to really allow something to affect you to that deep level, you have to be open to it. So I would say everything I said in the beginning of this video, the precursor to that is vulnerability. You have to allow yourself to be vulnerable and open to things, new concepts, new ways of thinking. Open yourself up to that first. Then experience these new things, these concepts, and then that will allow you to change within, because when you already have a preset mindset of things, it's harder to learn new things because you're stubborn to it. It's just natural. Even me, there's certain things I'm learning now. It's like, but it's like, no, I need to be open to it. Don't say, this is what you need. But sometimes it goes against a lot of things I've learned for the past few years, but I know it's true. I know it can help me. But it's like that programming, you got to work on that programming. That's a daily process to reprogram your mind. That's a daily process. So I would just say open your mind, be vulnerable to things, the right things, which takes a certain level of discernment to realize, okay, this is something that will help me. I need to allow myself to listen to this fully, So that takes a certain level of discernment, because if you do that with the wrong thing, then it can affect you negatively. So it's just a level of discernment, a level of caution, but also like just use your intuition. Tap into those spiritual principles that you might have, that you might not know. Hold in on those things. Sit with yourself. Realize, sense people's energy. There's so much more to life than just going to work and back home and go to the movies every once in a while. Maybe travel once every 3 years. Like, it's more to life than that. There's spiritual principles that will satisfy you for the rest of your life. You don't always have to be chasing the next thing back over and over and over and over. Buy this, buy that, but it's like those things are like, it's always going to be something new. You're always going to be chasing that. You want to get away from that aspect of chasing things. You want to attract things to you. Like, you don't want to chase this. You don't want to chase that woman, chase that man, chase this, chase that dream. You want to attract the dream to you by working on yourself. Therefore, those frequencies will automatically come to you, through the work, through the effort, through the energy, through the manifestation, So that's how you want to do it. When you do it like that, you're the magnet to all the things you want. So you want it to go for anything, they'll come to you. That goes for people, places, and things. All right. So yeah, that's about it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully y'all got something positive out of this. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Thank y'all for tuning in, y'all. This is a live stream for Clocksyn. Peace. About to go eat me some food in a minute, about another hour. And vibe out. Watch me a movie. I don't know. If y'all want me to start doing watch parties with y'all, let me know, because I would love to watch some cool stuff with y'all. Just finished watching the Avatar Last Airbender. Oh, I'm tripping. Sorry that I didn't say this at the beginning of the video, but let's give a quick moment of silence to the greatest creator of anime and manga of all time, Akira Toriyama. There we go. I just want to give a moment of silence to him. Rest in peace to the GOAT. If y'all may not know, Akira Toriyama inspired me in so many ways in my own life. Like, just the way that I never give up and see things in such a bright manner. Like, kind of like how Goku does, And even in my regimen of how I train for things, even if I lose, I always get back up. Always come back. That's where the mantra "never give up" comes from in Clocksyn. And then that comes from Goku and Naruto in a way, So that's another thing. If you watch things that are positive, allow those things to influence you to a great level. Like, y'all don't even know how much Naruto and Dragon Ball Z influenced my life right now. To the things that I do, all of those things are influences. Utilize your past, even if it is the greatest and most grand as these other artists you might see. Oh man, I grew up around all the greatest artists of all time when I was 5 years old. I knew how to play piano when I was 2. I got singing lessons when I was 5. You don't have to have that grand past to be a great person. You can make your own grand identity or your own grand destiny by using the things you did experience and just investing in those ideas and turn them into positives, into what you do now. Like if somebody would have heard my past, they might not think of it as being super magnificent. But to me, it's the most magnificent thing ever. It's the grand adventure of Clocksyn, you know? When I was young, I was watching anime all the time and playing video games. To other people, it's like, "Damn, you was just a lazy whatever." But to me, it was like, "Nah, I was gaining my experience points, y'all. I was learning the elements of patience, manifestation, and never giving up. And even when I was playing my video games, I was like an adventure to me. I was learning about the world through a video game, you know, traveling and talking to new people and gaining experience and bargaining with people, all those things through a video game. I learned those principles. I also learned them in the real world too, but I also started it through video games, and I incorporated those same lessons, those same principles of the video game. How you got to talk to certain people to get new things and level up and explore the world to open up the map. Like that's how I look at the real world. That's why I love to travel so much, y'all. It's because I played adventure video games and Legend of Zelda. That's why I love to travel, because I travel in the video games. So it's like, I'm gonna do the same thing in the real world, because this is all the manifestations of the mind, you know. So, but yeah, I ain't gonna go on too long, y'all. Just want to get those jewels. Thank y'all for tuning in. My nose is a little stuffed up right now. I don't know if y'all can hear it on the mic, but I gotta drink me some tea, cleanse the system. And yeah, I mean, we do a lot more of these live streams, y'all. I've been wanting to tap in with y'all on a more frequent basis for a long time now. So there's no better time to do it than now. It's almost my birthday for you, those of you that know. So I'm revving up to be my greatest self that I can be in the next 3 weeks, y'all. Hopefully, y'all can join me in this journey. And yeah, we up. Thank y'all for tuning in. The light's getting kind of dim, so I'm gonna cut this light on and close this live stream out, y'all. So let's see if we got any questions here. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace and love.